Hey guys, and welcome back to Metroid Fusion. For an explosion, it seems the SAX is tracking us. What a wonderful thought.
Yeah, that's certainly an ominous way to get things going, you know?
Oh yeah, Samus is fearless. She don't care.
Well, she better be fearless, because she has a fucking indestructible clone of her running around. I noticed that Samus seems to have a lot of problems with clones of herself. Did you notice that?
Well, I can think of two distinct examples, one of which being in this game, if that's what you mean.
Well, there's that one, and then there's the whole Dark Samus business. I can only imagine what kind of clone she'll face in the future. They need to make, like, a Robo-Samus, which is just, like, a robot made by the government, because that would be awesome.
I'm surprised they haven't done that already, actually. You know, take all of Samus's abilities, put them into a robot.
You know, clearly they want Samus to work for them in some capacity, so they might as well just make a fucking android and be done with it.
Oh, what's funny is things kind of went awry in a previous game, which I won't mention, and Samus still works with the government here, so I don't know what's going on, plot-wise.
I don't know, the timeline on Metroid since that one has been a kind of weird, so you kind of have to take it as it is.
Metroid Ominous Shadow, that's what we'll call it.
No, call it like Metroid, the other Metroid.
Other Metroid. Now, crouching and shooting is gonna be your bread and butter here, so get used to it, consume it, become it.
Well, unless you're trying to lose weight, then I don't recommend eating bread or butter.
Bread gets you upgrades?
Eat like beans. There's lots of upgrades in beans, I guess.
But I was just crawling on the wall, you didn't need to kill me.
Yeah, I always love it, like even when enemies aren't trying to actively kill you, you just kill them anyway, because fuck them, they're freaks of nature, right? Still waiting for her to get tangled up in all these vines everywhere. I mean, I understand that the whole point of tropical area is to kind of simulate this environment, but you think you'd make it a little bit more clean so you can walk around in it?
I keep expecting Donkey Kong Country music to play for some reason.
I sort of get that vibe too, yeah.
Samus, please proceed to the Jungle Jeep sector.
Now, what I do like about this run is that you're revealing, power-ups I would have never thought to look for in certain other places, so it's actually kind of enlightening a little.
Well, as linear as it is, it's still a Metroid game. You know, there are secrets to be found for the explorer who feels the need to explore.
And then they just have this problem where, these areas are they reflect the environment they're supposed to stimulate, and then they're just go back to regular, technological. Like, there's no consistency.
I suppose it's just like in between areas for, the game to load. We haven't really got enough plants on hand right now. We gotta grow some. Give us a sec. They're fast growing plants because they were grown in space.
Yeah, freaky alien space plants. I'm pretty sure you don't have to worry too much about those.
Oh, one of my least favourite enemies. Spiky jump about guy. X.
And he also shoots, needles from his legs, which is an interesting evolution.
Well, the X just had their way with these creatures. He probably didn't shoot spikes to begin with.
Yeah, I just have to wonder, what kind of situation he would face on his homeworld that he would need the ability to shoot spines from his legs.
They got a bit lazy with that energy tank, not gonna lie.
Well, I mean, it's nice to have a few free, hand-me-outs every so often. Hey, this does lead to the boss, so... I still don't know, where these guys originally... they were in Super Metroid, right?
What, these things right here?
Yeah.
Well, I've never played Super Metroid, so I won't be able to tell you that, unfortunately.
Alright, can you make yourself vulnerable? Thank you. Alright.
They're just basically you don't need to collect door keys, so dodge the laser blasts, counter with missiles, boom, you're good. Alright, the second boss here, let me look. Zazabi X, that's probably what I was thinking of actually. Its weakness is missiles. Dodge the jumps, shoot upwards, through the tunnel, I guess, I don't really want to call it its anus or anything, and shoot it in its gooey soft membrane. It's a little bit, trickier said than done because of, collision and whatnot.
You have to make sure you hit him dead center, because otherwise your missiles will plink off of its armor, so to speak. Armor, I guess? Exoskeleton? Something like that. Also, I like how the background looks like moldy old cheese sticks, you can, buy.
I am the guardian of wasted food.
Yeah, he kind of looks like a bacteria you would find in wasted food. You know, he sort of invokes like those weird sea creatures you can see sometimes, like plankton or something like that. He's kind of got a plankton vibe.
I was going to say shrimp, personally.
Okay, shrimp, plankton. He's very, obviously like some kind of aquatic thing.
I think it's just, it's trying to get you to aim your shots. That's basically it. Otherwise, he's not really that hard of a boss.
Judging by my luck, like, I would probably get a form like this if I got mutated by the X. I'd be the useless jumping shrimp monster,
Look how titchy he is now.
I'm going to kill you! Don't shoot me there! Hey, alright.
Get a bit close, buddy. Oh, here comes the Core X.
Man, I put together that shrimp, like, on the weekends. Great strategy here, Core X. I'm gonna run into him for the 4th time.
Got the high jump and jump ball. Both useful for platforming purposes.
Yeah, jump ball was so ineffectual on its own, it had to get paired with the high jump.
I'm not sure if that replaces space jump or not. I may be getting my power-ups confused here.
No, I think later on you get the space jump. It'll be very distinct. Well, sort of the space jump. You'll see.
These things are basically Spinies from Super Mario Bros.
Yeah, pretty much, except this one gave them the ability... I guess the X gave them the ability to crawl on the walls. Better save, because I really don't want to fight that shrimp doofy-looking thing again.
Better save than sorry.
Now, I do like what happened here after you beat this guy. You'll notice that all of the caterpillars are actually, like, in a cocoon state, And then later on, when you come back to this area, they'll actually have matured into other... Well, here's this guy, first off.
We're supposed to be terrified, Helldragon. Look at it! It's projecting a spotlight!
Now, again, first time I played this, I got into this area, I just saw this, the SAX just walking by real cool. I'm just like, oh shit, man, this is fucking intense. Like, seriously, I really did feel kind of stressed out by this thing.
Like you, playing the game, didn't want to make any noise, in case it looked to you with just, that cutscene all over again?
Yeah, something like that, it just gets you to that point where you just don't want to fucking do nothing, you're just gonna wait till it fucking leaves, man.
Another one for the collection. In the tank, if you will.
Yeah, good. Thank you for making that reference.
Oh, I'm going really slow because I don't have the gravity suit.
Again, I just hope she can breathe down here.
Why are there doors underwater? Did the scientists go underwater with special gravity suits and the like to tend to I guess what would be the original creatures before the X had the way with them?
Well, I'm gonna assume, in some of these areas, I'm gonna guess they're flooded due to, damage or something like that. But then in some cases, yeah, there's really no excuse for why there are doors down here. I guess they would walk in wetsuits, breathing apparatus, things like that, like scuba down here to check on some other creatures, maybe?
Only the most in-depth of commentary here at HFC. There's going to be a lot of that throughout this playthrough because it is a Metroid game, and a lot of the time you are just going around shooting things.
Yeah, there's only so many ways to say you can jump on this thing to get that.
Fish X, my least favourite of the enemies.
Fish X here can actually fuse. If you kill one of them and there's another one in the tank, the X from the killed one can actually go to that other fish and make a super tougher fish. It doesn't really do much in the long run, but it's got that ability.
Well, it is pretty resilient, and you'll have to fire a bunch of missiles into it, but thank you, I'm able to segue into this point now. If you want, you can let the X-Parasites that get freed once you destroy an enemy, just kind of reform into something else. Doesn't always happen, but a lot of the time it does. Sometimes you'll have to let that happen in order to solve puzzles, but you should really go out of your way to pick stuff up, even if you're, full on health and whatnot.
Yeah, just to make sure you don't have anything extra to deal with.
Get it? Extra.
Well, I didn't... Alright, let's just go with that, I guess. Just lay a lot of bombs down. Man, I don't fucking care, it's abandoned. I'll cause any fucking structural damage I want.
Just in case you were wondering what happened to the staff of the BSL, we've seen them already. They were the goo zombies back in... I don't think it was Sector 1, may have been Sector 1, but the starting area of the BSL.
Yeah, it's a very nice, pleasant fate, being turned into fucking slime monsters. That's great.
That thing gets the screw attack and I turn into a goo zombie. That's not fair.
Or, well, at the very least, you don't turn into a fucking shrimp that jumps around all the time. There's another game like that, like, you've heard of, like, Street Fighter 2010, right?
Uh-huh.
The plot of that game was kind of the same, you know, there's this mutant gen and it turns people into all these different creatures, and some of them get, like, the fucking clam monster, you know?
Poor guys.
Like, God, man, that would suck. I would need, like, a support group, assuming my vocal cords still work. Otherwise, it'd be kind of hard to introduce yourself. Hello! Now, I think, with some of these little bumpy things right here, X go to them, and they form like a pillar you can't pass. See, right there. Now, I think if you're fast enough, like you did here, you can bypass these, but you do take damage, so you have to be careful.
You need high jump to get this, I believe, and you can freeze these things once you get, I think, the ice beam or the ice missiles later on, but for the time being, you're just going to have to put up with them, I'm afraid.
Well, I mean, there's a recharge room over here, it's fine.
Very useful for keeping track, like if you're using a guide, that you've gotten everything, and everything's up to date.
I don't know why sticking your gun in a hole recharges your health, but okay.
Well, if you can download bombs from the internet, you can certainly recharge your thing from a computer.
Yeah, see, again, that's what I mentioned here. They have to keep them closed, because otherwise the X will flood other sections.
You told me to unlock those sectors!
Well, again, they didn't really have a choice, because otherwise Samus is a sitting duck from the fucking invincible clone going around.
Okay, target the SAX, open an airlock, boom, problem solved.
Oh, well, good luck with that. This is Samus at her full potential, basically, so yeah, she will fuck you up. Oh, finally another elevator monologue.
You'll miss them when they're gone, because then you'll just be stuck with us. Dear Diary, today I ended a Metroid Fusion part. It was hella neat. We'll see you next time for some more.